In this session, we explore the simplicity of salvation as presented in A Course in Miracles. Our objective is to distill its final vision into clear, practical principles that can guide our thinking, our relationships, and our daily decisions toward lasting inner peace. Awakening is paradoxical because salvation is utterly simple, while the ego thrives on complexity. The Course teaches that confusion is a defense against truth. When we release our investment in complicated theories and grievances, we become available to the direct, uncomplicated recognition of what is real. Here, salvation is reframed as awakening from a dream of guilt, not appeasing a wrathful deity. Sacrifice, punishment, and death are ego interpretations. The Course positions salvation as a mental shift into peace, where we recognize that guilt is an illusion and that our true nature has never been harmed. We operate under one of two plans. The ego's plan seeks separation, using attack and guilt, anchored in past and future, and culminating in death and illusion. God's plan aims at oneness, using forgiveness in the holy instant, and results in eternal peace and knowledge. Our task is to notice which plan we are choosing. A key turning point is the distinction between sin and error. Sin is seen as permanent and deserving punishment, locking us into guilt. Error, by contrast, simply calls for correction. When we reinterpret mistakes as errors rather than sins, we affirm inherent innocence and open the door to genuine healing. The Course uses rigorous logic to dismantle fear. If being forgiven means we lack nothing and forgiveness is already accomplished, then we already have everything of real value. This reasoning challenges the ego's narrative of scarcity and invites us to adopt a mindset of inner sufficiency and abundance. Forgiveness is the central mechanism of simplicity. It does not validate a real offense. Instead, it recognizes that the perceived attack never touched our true identity. By withdrawing belief from illusions, forgiveness clears the way for the awareness of Christ, the unified, innocent self we share. Relationships are the primary arena where salvation is practiced. Special relationships are built on extraction, sacrifice, and mutual guilt. Holy relationships rest on equality, shared healing, and extension of love. The holy instant is the bridge that transforms our interactions from specialness into holiness. Time is the ego's preferred tool for postponing peace by trapping us in guilt about the past and fear of the future. The holy instant collapses this delay by focusing all healing into the present moment. In the unclouded now, we access what is eternal and experience a foretaste of timelessness. The circle of atonement illustrates that salvation is collective, not solitary. We affirm our own innocence by extending it to others. Each person we include within this circle becomes a partner in healing. Excluding anyone reinforces separation. Including them strengthens our shared experience of wholeness. The ultimate barrier to peace is our valuation of the body, separation, and death over spirit. The Course describes this barrier as only a shadow, a small wall before a rising sun. By questioning the value we place on these illusions, we realize they cannot truly obstruct the light already present. Learning can carry us only to the threshold of the real world, a fully healed perception. Through forgiveness and holy relationship, we ascend this ladder, but we do not create salvation. Our role is preparation and willingness. The final transition into knowledge is accomplished by God, beyond learning. The architecture of awakening integrates three dimensions. Forgiveness is the active mechanism. The holy instant represents time redeemed. The holy relationship represents space and others transformed. Together, they culminate in atonement, the completed state in which the mind remembers its indivisible wholeness. The rule for decision is radical simplicity. We need add nothing to God's plan. Practically, this means surrendering our personal strategies for salvation, admitting we do not know the way, and relying on inner guidance. Perfect peace becomes the test that indicates whether we are following this guidance. The Course concludes that truth itself is liberating. By simply being what it is, truth releases us from everything unreal, fear, guilt, and conflict. Our function is to consent to this fact, allowing heaven, which remains God's will for us, to be recognized as our natural and inevitable state.